Ash, and I am the owner of Magic Touch Botanica. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ash. I am a spiritualist, energy healer, crystal healer, and intuitive reader. I offer services, classes, and products. You can join my classes via my Patreon, which is linked below in the description box. And you can follow me on Instagram. So, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the full moon in Capricorn. Before I even get into the full moon in Capricorn, how are you doing? We're still in the midst of a lot of retrogrades, but we had all the retrogrades plus eclipse season all in one. And, you know, in retrospect, I feel like it was really intense, but I think how it showed up for me was just me feeling lost and not knowing what the hell I'm doing with my life, and then me refinding my purpose and refinding why I'm doing this to begin with. And that's what that energy felt like for me. But I know a lot of people was like huge chaos, huge disturbances. Mercury in retrograde was beating people's asses. My Mercury is in Pisces, and so every Mercury retrograde, what I notice for myself is that I feel like words just don't come to me as easily, or like I'm super vague or super meta, like mad big thoughts and big ideas, and that's where how my mind was too. But even though eclipse season has passed, even though Mercury retrograde has ended, we're still in its shadow period. So just hold on tight. It ends July 7th, but we're still having these major retrogrades, which is Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde. If you want to know information about Saturn retrograde, you can check out my video and do the pick a card to see how Saturn retrograde will show up for you energetically. And then I will be doing another pick a card about Pluto retrograde, as well as Jupiter retrograde, which Jupiter just went retrograde this week on the 21st, which is a whole nother conversation. But today we are speaking about the magical full moon that will be happening June 25th, and it will be at its peak at 2:40 Eastern p.m. 2:40 p.m. Eastern. So what is this full moon in Capricorn? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is all about structure. It's all about foundations. It's about the rules. It is also represents father like energy, dominant like energy, and with the full moon happening and Saturn being in retrograde in Aquarius, those themes are going to be amplified. And a lot of those themes are boundaries, which I'm doing a workshop on Friday, June 25th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can only get access to this workshop, which is a live Zoom, via my Patreon. Again, like I always say in every video, join my Patreon. My Patreon is lit. To get access to these new moon, full moon workshops, you have to be a part of the $10.10 membership tier, and you will get that Zoom information. But yeah, this full moon is about boundaries. It's about having difficult conversations. It's about letting go once and for all the things that hold us back from our true manifestations and from reaching the goals that we want, and from being in alignment. Is really letting that go and kind of really seeing the structures that we have at play in our lives that keep us in these patterns and cycles that hold us back. So that's one level of it. The other part of it, which I'm seeing collectively, it is about money. It is about our boundaries with our money. How do we save? How do we budget? I saw a video recently talking about how budgeting is a part of self-care because it helps you release that stress. It helps you release that frustration. Even though I know that budgeting can be really hard for folks who really don't have a lot of income. But it is a part of self-care. And that may be a theme that comes up for some people with this full moon. The other thing I want to talk about on a collective level is capitalism. and the ways that we are tired of capitalism. We are tired of the 9 to 5, of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, of only being viewed and valued based on our productivity, only valuing ourselves based off our productivity. I feel like those themes are coming really strong. I mean, I'm on TikTok like all the time. TikTok is my favorite social media app. Fuck everything else. And on TikTok, all I see is people, well, at least on my feed, all I see is people being like, I have one more year of capitalism and then I'm done. And a vision that I was given this week that was so powerful, and I'm like still trying to put into words what it means, but I was really, you know, and I'll talk about this another time, about how important it is to really, as a spiritualist, as a human, to really be involved in understanding our politics and understanding the structures that be, because it is a part of spirituality. Spirituality is a way that we can disrupt and change these systems. For me, that's how I view it. And so this week, for whatever reason, capitalism really came to the forefront of my mind. And I was just thinking about how, spirit can only channel messages to us through the information that we already have. So, for example, spirit speaks to you in a language that the way that it is translated through our brain and filtered through our brain is through the things that we know. So me, I'm a very visual person. I'm clairvoyant, and that's how spirit speaks to me. So I would get images of random things, and that's how I pick up information. If I'm someone who does not understand capitalism, does not understand racism, the visual cues that spirit can use to give me clear messages is going to be very narrow and very, very small. There's going to be a small bucket of information that spirit can speak through me. However, when you open yourself up to all types of information, all types of perspectives, all types of lens, spirit can speak to you even more clearly. And so this week, when I was thinking about capitalism, I was really thinking about a lot of like astrologers and a lot of spiritualists who have been really predicting this like apocalyptic future once capitalism collapses, because it will collapse. It is inevitable. It is what it's meant to do. The system is not meant to survive forever, period. But when people have been channeling messages about what the future will look like, a lot of it is apocalyptic. And when I see that, as a human being, I get real anxious. And I could even talk about how, like, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was following somebody that I no longer follow, who was like, get your emergency kits, the world's about to end, like, mad crazy shit. And I, like, even started buying an emergency kit or whatever, and was just, like, freaking out. And then spirit was like, what are you doing? Like, this, no. And so whatever. This week, when I was thinking about it, I saw, like, yes, this apocalyptic path and the ways that people can really channel and only visualize that because that's the only vision they have of the world. And this other path emerging, one that is not as painful. It's still going to be painful, but one that is not as painful, one that is a lot smoother, and one where a lot of our goals and dreams can still manifest. And the way that Spirit was talking about it was like, if we can manifest and envision an abundant future, if we can manifest and envision a new world where capitalism doesn't exist and it's actually a beautiful thing, if we can really, really envision it, then this new path can be created. And that's kind of the energy I'm feeling for this full moon. It's letting go of fucking capitalism. And also, it's like letting go of capitalism, letting go of how our personalities and the ways that we view the world has been shaped off capitalism, but also envisioning a new type of freedom that doesn't have to be apocalyptic. Is that the FBI trying to get me? um, but yeah, that's what I felt for this full moon. It's us releasing. It's us really releasing this fear. It's us really releasing this anxiety we may have around money. This idea around money being innately evil. The message I got too was like, money is not evil, capitalism is. And us shifting our relationship with that. And you don't have to agree with me. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to agree with me at all. But I think it is something that I want to talk about and that I want to mention because it is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Especially because, Capricorns are very much known for getting money and for getting money, getting the bag, they're the ones that you think about when you think about money. And that's also what this full moon's going to bring. So, full moon, thinking about boundaries, having difficult conversations with people, letting go of old narratives about ourselves, which is like every full moon. But this one in particular about what our value and what we think our worth is, and being very clear with the people around us about what our value and our worth is. And this can also be with work, having strong boundaries at work and requiring and asking for that raise or requiring and asking for those days off, whatever it is that you have to do. But it is about us finally realizing our worth, finally realizing that we are more than our productivity, our societal shifting, understanding that this shit ain't it, this capitalist shit ain't it. And yeah, that's really what it's about. For this pick a card, I'm really just channeling specific messages about what you are releasing, what themes are going to come up for you. And that's about it. I want to remind y'all that on Friday I am having a workshop on boundaries, the power of saying no. I will be talking about it not from, I feel like we talk about boundaries all the time and it's like, say no. Teach people how to treat you, whatever. But I also want to talk about why we don't set boundaries, why it feels difficult, why it feels hard in our bodies, and how we can move past that and how we can cope in those uncomfortable moments, because boundaries are really fucking hard for me. And I'll talk about why on Friday. So stay tuned and watch the Pick a Crystal portion. As always, just close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and see which crystal you feel most pulled to. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch y'all in the pickup card portion. All right, y'all. So this is the Pick a Crystal portion. Normally, I show cards, but this time I was like, let me just change it up a little bit. So for the first pile, we have this blue Kyanite. Then we have this Selenite. Then we have Citrine. And then we have this clear quartz. So just take this minute to meditate and see which pile you feel the most pulled towards. Hey, Group 1, welcome to your pile. Welcome to your reading. So, for your reading, I am specifically channeling what is it that you're letting go? What is it that you're letting go? What is it that you have to let go? I'm finally shuffling like all the cool tarot readers. If you're new here, I'm always talking about how like I have to shuffle a different way because my hands are too damn small, but these tarot cards are small enough for my hands. All right, Spirit. So what are the themes for Group 1? What is it that they have to let go? What is it that they have to let go? I'm actually going to take these 3 cards. So the first thing that I'm feeling with these 3 cards is kind of the same thing that I've been feeling with myself. It's almost like I don't know what I'm doing, what is going on. Things are not going as I planned them to go. And I'm worried. I'm really worried. Like with the Judgment card is really this reflection, but I'm feeling a little bit of this like harsh criticism, almost like just judging yourself really harshly. Then when this Queen of Swords, it's like with this Ten of Pentacles is giving me fear around money. So it's like this fear around money is kind of making you like super harsh on yourself, but also super harsh on those around you. And that's what you have to let go. You need to let go of this fear around money, this fear around success, this fear around, like I was saying in the beginning about this like capitalistic, like overproducing, this productivity thing is what I'm also feeling with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you judging yourself and questioning, are you doing enough? And you have to let go of that. So I'm going to pull more cards. I'm pulling from this Archetype deck by Caroline Myss. And these are the big ones, so I gotta shuffle the way that I normally shuffle. You see? Huge. And look at my, like, it's the size of my hands. Okay, Spirit. Spirit is also saying too, like with this fear around money, it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could also be fear around like your home, fear around safety. Like I'm being shown red and like root chakra, root energy center themes of just fear around that. And how it's making you be harsher on yourself and even those around you more than you normally would be. So you have Messiah, Alchemist, and the Knight. And when the way that these cards are meant to be read is almost like light and shadow side. So when you're at your best, which is like this Messiah card, you want to serve humanity. You want to like take care of people. You want to be there for people. But the shadow part of that is this, the card says exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. I'm laughing because it's like that anxiety too of like, that I can only do it. Like I can only bring money in the house. Like I can only be the one to do this incredible thing for the community. So I must sacrifice it all. And I wonder how that's showing up for you and how you need to let go of that. Then you have Alchemist. When you're at your light attribute, when you're in your like highest, fullest self, it's transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. But when you're at your shadow self, that's misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. So what I'm sensing for y'all is y'all are probably natural healers. Y'all are probably people that naturally can work with energy around you and like transform the energy. Like you're somebody that if you enter a room and there's awkwardness or like there's conflict or tension, you entering the room, you know exactly what to say, you know exactly what to do to make the space seem lighter. But I'm feeling a little ego there, where I think in some levels, like even with the Messiah and the Alchemist, like y'all might think, you know, like y'all are the end all be all of magic and healing and or whatever. But I feel like there is some ego attributes that come up on the underside of this beautiful light and this like purpose and power, and like I feel like you really want to help people, but I think that sometimes when you try to help people, it can be like, I'm going to take control of your life because I know what's best for you. And Spirit is saying like, that's Queen of Swords energy too, of this like, I know what's best, I know what you need to do, and this is how you're going to do it. And Spirit is like, no, like you really need to let that go. And I wouldn't be surprised if like there are difficult conversations that come up for you with this full moon, whether that's someone calling you in about it or just with yourself, recognizing how drained you are because you show up in that way. So you also have the Knight card, and the light attributes are loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor. And then the shadow part is allegiances to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. So I'm feeling with y'all is this imbalance, like with everything in life, everything, there's always a shadow part to it, right? Like there's going to be the pros, there's going to be the cons. There's going to be when things are balanced, it's like good, right? Like when things are balanced, you're like, I love humanity, I love my community, I want to take care of everybody. But when you are stressed out and overcritical, you're like, I'm going to save everyone because I'm the only one that can do it. And I'm going to risk it all. I'm going to sacrifice it all. And Spirit is like, the vision that I'm getting right now is like, it's really clearing that out of your system because that's not sustainable for you or the people in your life. And with this Knight card, what I'm really feeling with that is you need to come back to yourself. Like, you know, what really stood out to me when I read this was an allegiance to destructive ruler. Like, I wonder how, like what I'm seeing is like almost you kind of really enjoying being around somebody that's really charismatic, but can be super gossipy, super toxic, and just doesn't, like they themselves can be really just toxic. Like what I'm seeing is like you're around, like when you're around them, your alchemist powers that you normally have, it's like they take over that. Like you come in normally being able to shift energy, but you can get wrapped up in the gossip and the shit talking, and Spirit is saying like, you gotta let that go. You have to let that go. All right, so I'm gonna pull cards. What deck is this? This is the Life Purpose Oracle deck. Let's just see what else Spirit has to say to you. What else do they need to let go? Yeah, I just, like, I'm being shown someone in my life who can be very, like, shit talky all the time. And they're saying that you have to, like, use your alchemist powers. You want to save people, you want to take care of people, use your alchemist powers to try to shift that dynamic. I don't necessarily feel like you need to let go of this person, but I think that you're allowing yourself to be powerless around this person. And Spirit is like, no, like, don't be powerless around them. I'm also feeling with this Queen of Swords card, it's like you're forgetting how powerful you are. How powerful you are with your words and your thoughts. Okay. You have energy healing. And that's what I felt with the Messiah card is like, and alchemist, like alchemist is somebody who's able to manipulate energy around them. God damn. they just flew out to the floor. So you have energy healing, school, and builder. And again, like I said, you have some sort of healing psychic ability that you're not tapping into, or that maybe you are, but you're not really using it to the best of your ability. Is like, again, coming back to this alchemist card and the shadow part of it, of misuse of power and knowledge. Yeah, it's this person. I don't, like, I'm feeling this this very powerful message of just like, there is someone in your life that brings out the worst in you. And while you can use your alchemist healing like gift to shift the energy, you're being overpowered by them. And that's affecting like your home. That's affecting your thinking. Whereas the Queen of Swords, when she's at her best, is like this energy of, I'm a bad bitch and I know what we gotta get done. Like, I'm a bad bitch and I know exactly how we need to move forward. And in between the Judgment and the ten of Pentacles in reverse, I'm just feeling this like anxiety, and how like anxiety can make you be controlling, and anxiety can bring out this like ugly shadow part of you. But getting to the positive part, y'all need to learn energy healing. Like, if you're in this pile, there is some type of magic, some type of healing that will come from you if you go learn energy healing. And it doesn't need to be anything big. Like the card says, it says your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. Like I said, you're an alchemist naturally. You are able to shift and manipulate the energy around you. You're just not tapping into it in a way that can actually benefit you. I feel like there's energies that you're picking up on that it's like, what I'm feeling is like, you like it's almost fun. Like, it's fun to talk shit. Like, it's fun to be in the drama. And Spirit is saying, well, like, if you want this Ten of Pentacles up, this stability, this feeling of safety within, this balance within, you need to let go of that. We can't keep doing that. Like, it's causing you to be so mean to yourself. And then I didn't even touch on the schooler builder, because in my head I was like, duh, you need to learn energy healing. And also with the builder, and with this full moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn being ruled by Saturn having to do with foundations and structures, what I'm seeing for y'all is finally implementing these structures and these boundaries around who it is you want to be around, but also who it is you want to be, and being honest about that. The word that's coming up right now, I mean, this is a word that's been coming up for me all week, but it's dehumanizing. Like, bringing your humanity back to yourself. Like, I'm gonna stop shuffling this. Like, almost like you can be too hard on yourself, to the point that's judgmental, which is so funny because, like, with energy healing coming up for your pile, and you guys picked blue kyanite. Blue kyanite is a crystal, a stone that you can work with that can balance all your energy centers. So I think that's it. What you need to let go of. And it's not even like what you need to let go of. It's also what's going to be released from your system. Either way, it's you kind of like using your power for good, but also recognizing the power you have to get out of this like stressful, like super critical part of you that I feel like you're experiencing right now. Like you're really being hard on yourself, and it's causing you to be stressed, controlling, and then that's causing you to feel unstable and unbalanced in your life, whether that has to do with money, career. I'm really feeling like money, career wise, because it is a full moon in Capricorn. So I would ask you to really explore how this shows up in terms of money. But yeah. The other thing I'm picking up on too, since we're talking back about money, is how these attributes like of who you are show up in the workplace, and whether they serve like, what I'm seeing is almost like you have this natural ability to like want to take care of people, to want to be there for people, and you have this natural ability to like shift energy in the space. And sometimes like, and you are super loyal. Sometimes you could be like a little bit of a follower, but you are super loyal and you value the work that you do. Like maybe you're not somebody that wants to be a boss bitch or that needs to be, but that you value the work even if you're working under somebody else. So what I'm seeing for you work wise is, are these gifts utilized? Like, are you feeling, are you feeling valued as somebody who's loyal? Are you feeling valued as somebody who can shift energy and make things feel good, or even transform negative energy to be something that's useful in the space? Are you being able to fulfill the part of you that really wants to take care of people? Maybe the answer is going to school. It says the answer you're seeking involves going to school. But I really think the school part is more so learning about your energetic gifts and how you can utilize those gifts in every space that you're in. Something that I've been telling a lot of my, well, not a lot of my clients, but like the clients that I work with that are healers, is how when you're a healer, you're a healer. Like it is not something that you just turn on when you're like doing energy healing. Like no, it's gonna show up when you're taking an Uber. It's gonna show up when you're on the bus. It's gonna show up when you're in the office. Like it's gonna show up everywhere because that's who you are. That's who you're meant to be. So that's the message I got for y'all, is letting go of this like stressful, controlling kind of energy and returning back to the part of you that's like this loving, kind, want to take care of people, want to be there for people type of energy. And put boundaries around this friend that like kind of causes you to be in your more shadow attributes versus your more light attributes. Thank you, Power One. Let me know if it resonates. Let me know if you have a question. And just, like I always say, I'm channeling for a large group of people. So if something doesn't resonate for you in this pile, doesn't mean that it is for you or that you have to claim it. If it doesn't resonate, then you could just let it fly. And then if it does resonate, then cool. Apply it to your life how you see it fit. I hope this message gave you clarity. I hope this message validated and confirmed some things you already knew about yourself. Because really, this is what I want the picker cards to be, is just to confirm what you already know. Because we all are intuitive and we all are really understand ourselves more than anybody else. So I send you all my love and have a beautiful full moon. Hey group 2, so y'all picked the Selenite palm stone, and I'm just gonna shuffle this tarot deck and see what it is the spirit has to tell you about what it is that you're releasing for this full moon, what it is you have to let go, and just journal message. For those who are new here, this is the first time that I'm able to shuffle like the way the other cool tarot readers shuffle because my hands are so small and normally I have to shuffle a different way. But this time I get to do it cool because this deck is small. Wow. Power 1 also got Judgment. So I wonder if y'all are also like being hella harsh to yourself. Just super critical, needing to let go of that And you know, I say let go, but mostly it's like needing to observe it and start having that inner dialogue where you fight against that voice so it's no longer the loudest voice in your head. That was too many cards. Ooh, okay. That was too many cards, but the Five of Rods also makes me think of like inner fighting. Wow, so pile one got Queen of Swords and you got King of Swords. What the hell? And it's kind of the same energy of this like stressed out and trying to control. Okay, and y'all got 2 pages. Page of Cups and Page of Rods. This is also making me think of education and needing to learn something. I'm also going to pull cards from the Archetype cards. This is making me think of like emotional maturity. Growing up, which is a theme, also a part of this full moon in Capricorn. So I feel like for y'all, it's not so much letting go of anything, but it's like, it's not letting go, it's finally stop running. Like letting go of this pattern of running away from your emotions, this pattern of running away, but also like having a wall up. Because with the 2 pages, Page of Cups and Page of Rods, like what I'm feeling with this is definitely this inner child energy, needing to be vulnerable, needing to confront some emotional stuff that's gonna come up with this full moon. And with the King of Swords, it's this like harshness to your words and the ways that you're harsh to yourself. Yeah, it's definitely coming from her childhood because we got mother. So this is giving me reparenting energy. So for this card, this is an Archetype cards oracle deck. And I like to read it as like this, like these are parts of who we are and how they show up when we're at our highest, and how it shows up as our shadow. So when we're at our highest, our mothering, like our reparenting, which is so interesting because with the full moon in Capricorn, a lot of it is going to be mostly father themes. But I wonder if maybe you come from a single parent home where your mother was the only parent, and so that mother is going to show up as both parents. Anyways, so you have the light attributes, which is patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. And then you have the shadow attributes, which is smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Wow. Yeah, we're going to get back into this card. Then we have networker. Light attributes enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And then the shadow is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. And then we have the poet. Light attributes expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Shadow attributes turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Okay, so for y'all, this full moon is a lot. What I'm really feeling for y'all right now is this theme around independence and dependence. I wonder if y'all are people that also that may struggle with codependency and it coming from some childhood wounds. What really stood out with me with this mother card is installing guilt in children for becoming independent, and I wonder how that may have shown up in the ways that, like, you may not trust people, the ways that you're super harsh, you're harshly critical of yourself. And then with the networker, it's the light part that I'm seeing is that y'all do love socializing. Y'all love talking with people. Y'all love getting to know people. But I think what I'm being shown, it's like there's something that I kind of experience sometimes in certain spaces where people are super intellectual and they will only talk to people that are intellectual in the ways that they are. And then they'll like look down on other people. And that's what, like, kind of what I'm seeing as a thing that you're letting go of is this wanting to have, it's not even wanting to have power over people, but it's almost like feeling inferior. So you try to use your intellect to outsmart people or to feel better than other people. But your gift, like your gift in these three things is that you can mother yourself. You can give yourself the patience and the unconditional love. But it's like there's a mother wound in here that's going to be shown up really in this full moon for you, that you need to explore. Like what I keep being shown back to is this fear of independence and this distrust that you know that you can take care of yourself. Yeah, like I keep feeling that for y'all. It's this fear that, like, just this fear and deep insecurity. I'm seeing that with these two. And then with poet, you're a natural artist. And I feel like you haven't been using your art to heal these wounds. And maybe this full moon's gift to you is to let go of the idea that you're not a good enough artist, let go of the idea that you're not an artist, and actually channeling that back because it's going to heal your inner child. Like, just looking at these two and seeing it above this poet card, I'm like, yeah, tapping into your art is what's going to heal your inner child. Tapping into your art and like being proud of whatever it is that you end up creating, it's a part of that remothering, that reparenting, that telling yourself that you're good enough, that you're worthy, and that you also don't need other people's approval to create. Because with the mothering card, I just keep being shown this like codependency and this like fear of being alone, this fear of being, this fear of loneliness, and really needing to explore that and know that it comes from your mother or one of your parents. So you have support, author and poet. Okay, there's definitely a poet in this group, a writer in this group. So with support, you have your life purpose fully supports you. With author, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Yeah, I feel like there is, like, you have gone through, like, what I'm feeling is like you've gone through mad shit. Like, you've gone through mad shit. You've gone through a lot of pain. And it's time for you to release that pain and to, like, move forward. Because what I'm seeing is almost like you're stuck in this cycle of, you're stuck in this cycle of, like, what's the word for it? I'm trying to find a better word. But it's like this cycle of just, feeling sad that your parent was never the parent that you wish they could be. Even now, still feeling sad and expecting them to be the parent you wish they could be. And Spirit is saying they're never going to be that parent. And it's because you can do it for yourself. I'm also feeling like this energy of needing to love yourself. Study, you have reading, research, and education. Help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. It says career, but what I'm really feeling with the study card is this needing to explore inner child healing. Like, let that be your focus, at least from the full moon to the new moon. What inner child wound are you going to explore and release? You have trust and family. And I feel like with trust and family, it's again like trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. This is like a career kind of deck, but I use it to interpret it the way that I want to. Trust your feelings and dreams. Trust yourself. Trust your art. Trust the gift you have to offer to this world. I just feel like once you're able to master this mother, like this patience and unconditional love and joy to yourself, it's like it is going to, this is for anybody, regardless of your gender expression or how you identify, but it is going to heal a wound you have in regards to your femininity. I feel like for some people in this pile, y'all have rejected your femininity because of this wound in relation to that family member, that guardian, that mother, that father, whoever it is, this authority figure. And of course, we have family. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. And what I'm really feeling with this, it's like Spirit is saying you get to choose your family. Your family doesn't have to be you don't have to have this relationship with your mother, with your father, with whoever it is. You don't have to have that relationship that you've envisioned. The same way that I said before, I said like your parent is never going to be the parent you've always wanted them to be. And it's time for you to make peace with that. Because it's causing you a lot of stress and it's causing you to be this harsh self-critical. Like it's like you don't trust yourself because of this loud ass voice. Like I'm hearing it as like this loud ass fucking voice that won't shut up and makes you feel like shit. And that voice was the same voice you heard growing up, and that is why you like I just feel so much anger right now. And it's like, ooh, I just feel so much anger of like, fuck, I wanted you to be that person. I wanted you to be the person I can go to. And you're not. And you weren't. And you're never going to be. Damn. I send you so much love, pal, too. But yeah. And that's the wound that's gonna show up for you this full moon, and that's what you're ready to release. Your body is ready to release and make peace with. Create art. Trust your art. Trust the way that your soul wants to express itself and wants to release this pain from your body, because it's gonna bring you the healing that you've been looking for. I love you, group 2. You're going to get through it, and you're doing fine. You're doing great. You're doing great. And, with this Capricorn full moon being this like super release, but also with Saturn and Pluto being in retrograde, this is all about transformation. This is all about letting go of that pain, so that you can invite more joy into your life. And this is just a part of it. It's a hard part of it, but it's a part of it. And you will get to the other side of it. I love you and happy full moon. Cleansing the space because Pal 2 was heavy. Pal 2 was heavy, but welcome Pal 3 to your full moon reading. I am channeling a message in regards to what it is that is being released for you. what it is that you have to let go of. Okay. Ooh, the Empress. This is like a good how is it, like a release from the heaviness that was pile 1 and pile 2. The Empress card is a beautiful card. It is effortless abundance. It is effortless beauty. It is really this energy of like divine femininity where you don't have to go like act on anything. You're deserving and it's coming to you regardless. And that's kind of what I'm feeling for y'all. It's releasing the fact that you feel like you have to act all the time. And this is making me think of the beginning of the video where I talked about full moon in Capricorn and its relation to capitalism, and how a lot of times we attach our personality and our value and worth based on what we can create. Not create, but what we can produce. And what I'm seeing for you, pile 3, is this energy around like, I don't have to fucking post. Sorry. I don't have to fucking post 5 times a day because I am the Empress and things come, abundance flows to me effortlessly. It's this energy around like, I don't want to work anymore. It's not even that I don't want to work hard anymore, but it's like I've already worked hard. Like I've already worked hard and I get to just sit back. And with this Page of Cups, when I'm feeling with that, it's learning and studying and practicing what that emotion feels like. So it's putting that energy into practice. And with this 8 of Rods energy, this is happening quickly. This is happening quickly for you. Oh, and you have 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is also telling me that you're entering a time of celebration. You're entering a time of quick and fast abundance in your life, and Spirit is asking you to take a step back, to practice what it means to be like, I'm deserving of all the good things and I don't have to chase after nothing because all the good things chase me. I think there's a saying, something like, everything I want wants me too. So it's like really embodying that. And I think that that's really what's going to show up for you this full moon. So I'm going to pull from this Archetype card and see what else Spirit has to say to us. All right, group 3. Y'all are like beautiful. There is a natural charm to you that I'm feeling with this pile. I'm like, oh, thank God, this feels so good. I love heavy readings. I love readings that are gonna bring you like that deep healing, but I also really enjoy when I get to do like more positive, lighthearted readings. And so y'all are like, oh, thank God, right on time. I needed a little break from the heaviness. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are warm. Y'all are people. Y'all are someone that people come to mediate and to give advice. I also see y'all as storytellers, able to express like what Spirit just is showing me right now in terms of storyteller which is funny. They're showing me a Bible and how like the Bible has stories that aren't meant to be like real life stories, but are meant to be lessons. It's almost like you have that gift, that natural ability to share your story and it be able to give lessons to the people around you. Y'all are like, I feel like with this full moon in Capricorn, y'all are really stepping into who you are. Like y'all are seeing the beauty and the charm that you naturally have. I'm not feeling pulled to talk about the shadow attributes. I feel like y'all are really light. I think the thing that is standing out to me is gift, the word gift. In mediator, it says gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect both sides of the argument. Spirit wants you to show up more like this. Meaning that if you are someone that's like, yo, I see both sides. Be honest about that. I know that like in this world right now, I think in a lot of ways we're told that we have to choose sides or like whatever, that like there's a right way, there's a wrong way, there's a right team, there's a wrong team. And you know, I only speak through what Spirit says, regardless of my opinion. And Spirit is saying to me right now that you, Pile 3, need to show up in that, like I'm even picking up like Libra energy. Like y'all need to show up in that ability to see both sides, because somewhere in that is a gift for the world and we're missing out on it because you're scared, and we need to hear it. We need to hear it. We need to hear your story. I'm like, I wonder if y'all are somebody that's like, and this card was in reverse. So I'm going to put that and be like, it's a message for y'all, which is you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Yeah, but I feel like y'all need to be doing story time. Like the vision they're giving me is somebody that I really love, that they're randomly post story times on their story on Instagram. And I'm always like, you need to have a YouTube. If you're watching this video, go have a YouTube. Go make a YouTube, please, and share your stories, because somewhere in your stories is the light, is the lesson, is the love that we are seeking in this world. It's going to lift something else up for us all. And if you've been feeling lost, like I just keep feeling like there's a humor about you and this like natural charm about you. Again, with the Prince card. That it's not that you don't see it, but it's like you're not taking advantage of it, which is not a nice phrase. But it's like you're not taking advantage of the fact that people fucking like you. It's like you're pretending that people don't like you. And by you being in this like, oh, people don't like me, I'm not charming, like what are you talking about? You're restricting the abundance that's ready to come to you. But yeah, y'all need to be doing YouTube or something. There's something that you need to offer to the world that involves your natural charm. Animals. I wonder how animals shows up for you if you have a connection to them. The card says, you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. What I'm actually hearing for you is that I think spirit sometimes speaks to you in animals. If you're somebody where animals really show up all the time for you, I would, every time you see, like it's making me think of my boyfriend. I swear the animal that's like his animal is the rabbit, because anytime I go outside with him, that's the only time I see rabbits here in Las Vegas. And so I wonder if something similar happens to you where you're constantly seeing a bird or constantly seeing like a lizard or something, or even an insect. And Spirit is saying like, look it up, find its symbolism, because there's a message and affirmation that I'm trying to give to you, trying to send to you. And also maybe for some of y'all are animal communicators, animal mediums, or animals are just naturally drawn to you. Spirit is also saying for some of you, animals are naturally drawn to you, and they need you to know that that's an affirmation of how beautiful your energy is. Especially if you're someone that's been like struggling to believe that you're good, struggling to believe that you're beautiful, that your energy brings light to this world, and that you're meant to be here, and that we need you here. All right, that's it for shuffling. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling for y'all. For this full moon, it's y'all seeing how beautiful, how energetically warm you are, and how this abundance that you're looking for, that you're trying to manifest with this full moon, is going to come to you quick. It's going to come to you quick. And a part of it is you tapping into your natural storytelling abilities, you tapping into your natural ability to see beyond just the, like right or wrong. Your ability to see beyond that. You need to speak on it. We need to hear it. In a world that's so divided, we need to hear it. So, yep. There's something charming, like your charm is what's going to help people come together, which sounds so dramatic, right? Like you're not going to bring the whole planet together. But there is something about like your charm, your natural charm, and your natural charismatic personality. It's almost like you're the glue that holds things together sometimes. And I keep getting this message of like, maybe you don't think you're purposeful, or like you have a reason to be here, or like you're that important, and Spirit really wants me to tell you that you are that important. That you're the missing, they're showing me a puzzle piece. They love to show me puzzle pieces, but that you are the missing puzzle. And yeah, and you're discovering that. Cause I'm like, do y'all want, they're like, no. Because I'm like, do y'all want to talk about the life purpose part? Like, where are we going with this? And they're like, no, that's all. You'll do a life purpose reading next time. Which I am. I'm going to do a life purpose pick a card soon. So look out for that. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for y'all. Y'all are just letting go of that like little bit of self-esteem stuff. Or just feeling like maybe you're not important. I just want to remind you, you are. So thank you so much for watching this. Again, if something resonates, let me know. These readings, I try to put the intention behind it that it's never going to tell you anything you don't already know. It's meant to confirm things for you. And I send you so much love. And I'll see you next time for our next pick a card. Bye. Thank you. All right, last but not least, group 4. So like I said in the beginning, I am channeling to see what it is that you need to let go of, or what it is that is being released for you this full moon. I'm starting off with tarot cards, and if you are not new here, you know how much of a struggle it is for me to shuffle this cool tarot reader way, but I have this small deck that fits in my hands perfectly, and I'm able to no, that's too many cards. I always set the intention that the card that is meant for you is going to be just one card that appears. Okay. You also have the Knight of Cups in reverse underneath the deck. So, the first thing that I'm feeling for y'all, like, I just, for whatever reason, and this has nothing to do with the meaning of these cards, but what Spirit is having me pay attention to is this one person looking back and this one person looking forward, but almost like this defensive, like trying to protect yourself type of way. It's like you're hiding your past from someone. You're scared of vulnerability. You're scared of people seeing your past. And with the Page and the Hierophant, there is something around vulnerability that you need to learn. But the Knight of Rods is all about making these bold changes in your life. Making these, bold changes in your life. And then the Page of Swords, it's like really speaking your truth. And so with that, like the Knight of Rods being your past, like Spirit is showing me like the Knight of Rods being something to do with the past. It's needing to be that vulnerable, needing to, I feel like y'all have something to share. Like like this full moon in Capricorn, there's something around you needing to share your truth, needing to share some truth emotion that needs to come out. And with the Hierophant, what I'm feeling with that, there's a lesson in there for you. With the Page of Swords, it's also about a lesson of authenticity and a lesson about the truth. And so I wonder, in what ways have you lied to yourself to protect yourself? And I also wonder in what ways have you kept the past hidden? There's something about the past. I'm going to pull more cards. Like there's something about the past that is ready to be released in regards to the ways that you hold yourself back from the truth. And sometimes, especially in like pick a cards and stuff, Spirit can be intentionally vague so that it can resonate with multiple people. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you have Addict, Exorcist, and Saboteur, which all of them to me is speaking to shadows, is speaking to facing your demons. That's what this Exorcist card is with the shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. And I know that that's what Spirit's talking about when it's talking about the past. An addict compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And Saboteur induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Yeah, y'all are, it's like this, I'm surprised the Ace of Swords didn't come out. But is learning this harsh truth about the ways that you refuse to face your demons and needing to make this bold change. Spirit is forcing you to make this bold change. But what I'm hearing, especially with the Hierophant, it's like, yes, you need to make this huge change, but this change is only going to come through learning. Yeah. You guys got books. And it says you connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So again, needing to learn. But it's, again, needing to face and be honest with yourself about your past. What I'm seeing, too, with this addictive, Addict, I said a dick. Addict card and saboteur card is like you might have an addiction to self-sabotaging. It's almost like this natural impulse you have to stop yourself from getting far. This fear of getting far. This fear of, coming back to the full moon. This fear of really truly living up to your true value and worth. Like, damn, what if I am like this badass bitch? Like, damn, what if I am meant to do this big work? What does that say about me? That's what I'm hearing. It's like, what does it say? Like, am I really that person? Like, am I really that powerful? Am I really that great? And Spirit is like, yes. But you have to learn. There's a learning period. And then you learning and healing yourself, that's when your purpose will start to reveal itself. I don't know why we're going into purpose right now, but I guess that's what Spirit wants to say. With Exorcist, I'm also feeling really pulled to telling you, like, this is what's going to come up for you is this releasing of those inner demons. I'm also seeing somebody at their altar asking their spirit guides and praying for that inner demon to be released, to be let go of. Somebody needs to sit at their altar and ask. You're somebody that really struggles with this self-destructive type of energy. Even with Saboteur, it says, highlights your fear of self-improvement and the changes it would bring into your life. Y'all have this, it's like you know you need to make this huge change, but you're like scared of it. Y'all need to travel. Yeah. Y'all definitely need to travel. Traveling is where you're gonna learn. And it doesn't mean right now. Like, it doesn't, like we're still in a pandemic. It doesn't mean that, and you may not have the funds for it. But what I am feeling and seeing is that, like, traveling can also be traveling through books. Spirit is making me remember how I used to escape through books and, like, would travel to different worlds through books. I know, really corny. But, like, Spirit is showing me that, too. Of how you can visit other worlds and gain new perceptions through reading and through learning. But also I am seeing that there is something about you needing to go to another state or another country and learning. Like, through that, you'll learn something new about yourself. And it, like, with the spiritual teacher, it's bringing me that. I also wonder if somebody in this group is meant to do some sort of spiritual work or are doing spiritual work, and they need to hear that they're a leader, but you won't get there unless you learn. And taking charge of the situation makes me think of the Knight of Rods and the Page of Swords, of this, like, needing to get a handle of it. Like, you're ready to be like, I'm fucking done. You see your life going one way because of the addictions you might have, or this fear around self-improvement, or this natural, like, this addiction to self-destructing because you're scared of what your worth actually is. Spirit is saying, like you're the full moon, the gift that it's giving you, it's you're releasing all of this shit. You're releasing it all. And you're like, I'm actually sick of my bullshit, and I'm ready to get down to the studying, to do the work. I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to read. I'm ready to have new perceptions. I'm ready to see different parts of the world. I'm ready to let go of what I'm hearing too is like, you may not be American, but most of the people that follow me are in America. And it's like you're ready to let go of this one way, this American perception. So, you got you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So I would look into some spiritual classes, watch some YouTube videos teaching you some things, go to some spiritual retreats, but y'all need to learn. And there is something about you getting in touch with your spirituality. Like what I'm seeing with spirituality is not so much like it is this, you know how I was saying I see somebody at the altar asking and praying for their spirit guides to remove the negative self-talk, to remove the addiction, the self-sabotaging behavior. That's a part of the spiritual teacher and the spirituality that I see for y'all. But I also see that through spirituality, you will gain the healing that you need in order for you to finally see your worth. There is something in the study of spirituality that it's going to like almost eat, like extract is what I'm seeing and the word that's coming up, but it's like extract that like tar like substance that is covering you from seeing that you're actually worth so much. So that's the message I got for y'all, group 4. That is what is being released for you this full moon. I send you so much love and gratitude for watching this video, for trusting me to deliver this message for you. If you can like, comment, subscribe, if you're not already subscribed, that would be great. But thank you so much for watching this, and I send you so much love and happy full moon.